Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to make another video about manifestation because I just really feel like I need to share everything it is that I've learned and the things that I've put into practice and how it works for me and how life changing it can be. Maybe it can help so many other people. But I think my number one biggest successful manifestation that really just proved to myself that this stuff really works, because I've manifested so many little things along the way, like free cups of coffee, free lunch, things working out the way I want them to, winning things, car parking spaces, stuff like that. And it's so exciting when that happens because it really feels like you're in the flow and it's like synchronicity, and it's like proving to yourself more and more that it works. But it's when you really manifest that one big thing that just really proves it to yourself. And once you've done that, it's kind of like you always have that filed away, knowing that this is really possible, and if I can manifest something as big as that, then I can manifest anything. So for me, that was manifesting my soulmate, my husband now, which is such an amazing story because I got into manifestation maybe a year before I actually met my husband, and I was really practicing it every day, and I was really feeling it working, and I was so excited. So my number one thing, I was I'm ready to meet my soulmate. That's what I'm going to manifest. So basically I started off with making a list of all the things that I wanted in a partner, that I know I deserve. So don't hold yourself back. Make sure you write down everything that it is you want, the highest possible outcome. Don't sell yourself short, and don't question it. You don't need to feel guilty or feel oh, is this too much? Nothing is too much. If you can dream it, if you can imagine it, it's possible. So there's absolutely no limits. So I wrote down that list, and I went into detail about everything I wanted. And as I was writing it, I was feeling the excitement of that feeling when you just got something that you really wanted. I was feeling that as I was writing it. So that was infusing and charging, and making it all more powerful. That's the whole point when you're writing things down, is it's telling your brain, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a memory or the past or what's happening right now. So yeah, if you're writing it down, you really want to spark up those feelings. So really just think about it, that moment of oh my god, I actually got it, it worked. That's a really good energy to have while you're doing it as well. Have faith that it is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. So I wrote down the list, and then I closed my notebook, and I wanted to kind of engage the step of letting it go. So I said, I'm not going to look at that list again now. I'm just going to know it's done. So I did that, and I felt it, I felt really good about it. I knew what I had done was right, and that it was going to happen. I just told myself, it's done, and then what I did then is just every day I engaged a different manifestation technique, and I have so many of them, but I'll just tell you the ones now that are on the top of my head. So the first one is visualization. So as I was falling asleep, if you're familiar with Neville Goddard's work, he says to get into a state akin to sleep. So basically, just so that you're so relaxed, your conscious mind isn't getting in the way. So I would do it before I fall asleep, and basically I would just visualize as if my soulmate was already asleep in the bed next to me, because it was just done, and how happy and comfortable and safe, and just I had what I wanted. I felt that it was already done. So while I was doing that, it was completely taking away any sort of those feelings of doubt, or where is he, what if I don't find him. While I was doing that, all of those thoughts were gone, you know what I mean? So I wasn't allowing any of those thoughts in, because it just felt so good to do the visualization. So it was pure high vibrational acting as if, feeling like I already have it. So I did that and then fell asleep, and it was almost, it became such a habit and so like normal to me that sometimes I forgot that it wasn't already true. Like when you make it a habit, like I said, your subconscious mind doesn't know your brain doesn't know the difference. So I had actually started to make new pathways in my brain that I actually thought it had already happened. So that's like a good sign, that it's working if you feel like that. And just act like it's a game, like you're doing it for fun. Have you ever been in school and you're just like daydreaming and it just passes so much time because it's fun? Like, this is how it works. Like you can totally do that. Just always do it in the first person, like not that you're looking at yourself and it's happening like a movie, but from it, like this is me and like my husband is like behind me while I'm asleep, so I did that, and alongside that I was doing a lot of self-love work. I would write down in the morning 3 things I love about myself, focusing on feeling like deserving and worthy, because like if I don't feel worthy and deserving, I'm not going to attract the kind of man that I had written on my list. So yeah, basically like you want to like spark that feeling from a place of truth. Like, people say like fake it till you make it. If you're not feeling it, you're actually just emitting the opposite. So it's actually holding your manifestation back, because you're thinking like, oh, okay, yeah, I have my husband, but really you're feeling that horrible feeling of like, I want it, but it's not here. I'm not sure I believe it. So lying to yourself is not really going to work. If you're going to fake it till you make it, you want to feel that feeling, like of luxury. Sometimes I do the fake it till you make it when I'm like acting like I'm much richer than I actually am, but I'll really like enjoy it and it'll be fun. Like, if I'm going into expensive shops and like looking at really expensive products, like I make it fun for myself. So then I know it's working. It just keep tuning into how you feel. How does this make me feel? Then it's working. And if it's not, if it makes you feel bad, there's another technique. There is definitely another technique. There is endless techniques that you can use. Like it's absolutely limitless. Like there's so many different techniques. I use different ones all the time, you see. That's why I don't really have like a set morning routine. I usually just ask myself, what am I inspired to do this morning? Like, for example, there's gratitude lists, scripting, setting my intentions, visualization, meditation. I would kind of just like mix and match between those things depending on how I'm feeling and which one feels good, and depending on the desire that I have. Like I'm usually manifesting lots of different things at the same time. So just tune in, like, that's the other thing, is like follow your highest excitement. That is literally my mantra for life. Now, I'm not like perfect with it. I try to do it as much as possible. For example, I'm still at the moment in an office job, which isn't like my highest excitement. I mean, it makes money for me, which makes me feel excited, but it's not my highest excitement. But you have to do it within your ability, like with what is possible for you now. But like, even with the smallest things, when it comes to choosing a flavor or choosing which smoothie you're going to get, like, close your eyes and don't think. Like, this happened to me the other day. I was thinking like, oh, I really need to get some ginger into my body, right? I had been thinking about that, but when I went to this smoothie place, I looked at the menu and there was one that had like ginger, and then there was another like lemon and orange one. And I was like, oh, I should really get the ginger one because I've been wanting to get like ginger into my system. But that was the logical decision, right? That was not following my highest excitement. So I was like, oh yeah, I remembered. And I closed my eyes. I said, which one makes me more excited? And it was the lemon one. So I chose the lemon one, and it was the most delicious drink I have had in so long. It made me feel so happy that I was just even using that emotion I had from the drink to help me manifest, because again, when you're in a happy state, manifestation is just automatic. So all these techniques are just to get you into that good feeling place, because that's what's going to attract all the things that you want. So yeah, I really went off topic there. But yeah, back to the manifestation of my soulmate. So yeah, as I was doing those techniques, engaging one every single day and practicing self-love, I also had to engage the aspect of letting go and knowing that it's done. So the way I would do that is like, I've manifested things before, or things I've wanted to happen have happened before. So what makes this any different? If I felt any fear, you know, like, it's definitely possible, you know? Or if I really started to feel doubts or fear, I would take my mind off it completely and distract myself. Again, it just comes back to really tuning into, how am I feeling when I think about this thing? If I feel excited, then that means that it's working. So, you know, it was like a culmination of doing the clearing work, writing the list, doing the visualization, engaging a new manifestation technique every day, like a different one every day, to tune into that desire, you know, tune into the feeling of already having it. That's really all you need to do. And then letting go, in the sense of knowing that it's already done, knowing that, like, having faith that you can have it and it's totally possible. So I did that, and as I was doing that, within a week of writing the list, I met my husband now. And the minute, like, this was on my list, by the way, I said I want, as soon as I meet him, I want to know he's my soulmate. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as I looked into his eyes, in my head I said, like, this is my soulmate. Like, how crazy is that? And the same thing happened for him. He even told me that he loved me on the first date. Like, and this is all the stuff I was writing on my list. Like, I was really wanting that, like, affection and love straight away. I didn't want any of that to be held back, because I've been through toxic relationships in my past. So yeah, that happened. And then, long story short, 6 months after meeting each other, we were walking down the aisle, and I had, like, my dream, like, wedding that was on my vision board, and we're 2 years married now. So, like, that is my biggest manifestation, and it's just like my go-to to remind myself, if I can manifest that, I can manifest anything. So yeah, sorry, this is, like, really haphazard. I find it really hard to stay on track, because there's just so much I want to talk about this topic. It makes me so excited. So yeah, if anybody that's watching this has any questions, please just ask in the comments down below, because that's my favorite way to talk about manifestation, is to help, because I think that's what I'm here to do, is help other people manifest the life of their dreams, and awaken to who they truly are. But I find the easiest way for me to do that is when someone has a question, like, oh, I have this issue and this is what I need. I love that. And then straight away I just go straight into, like, channel mode, and all of the tips for that specific issue just, like, come out of me. So yeah, I just feel like I'm in a place that I really want to help other people manifest, because I've had so many successes. Oh my god, my arm is shaking from holding up this phone. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.